Hey you guys, it's Brit. Tonight we're here with something a little bit different. I think that anyone who has a dog or is even around dogs should know this information. I'm going to share one of my followers' stories on her behalf. I do have full permission from her to make this video and share her experience. I think this is really important, and some of y'all might get to the end of this video and be like, yeah, I already knew that. You're not telling anyone anything. But some of y'all might not have known that things could be this bad. And I just think that it's good for dog owners to be well informed and learn as much as we can about things that are potentially bad for dogs. So, either way, we're going to get into it. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys. So, I literally just woke up a little while ago, but this um, video is very important for me to deliver as soon as possible. So, either way, let's start at the top. I asked her to kind of explain things from her seat as to what happened, a backstory. So I'm going to read what she shared and then I will give you guys my thoughts and some additional information after. I have a neighbor that hates dogs and he has been extremely mean to people with dogs in the neighborhood. He will yell at us. He chased a lady down in her car, got out and harassed her. He had bolted out of his house if a dog sniffs in his neighbor's yard. He tried to hit me as well. He was caught on camera putting mothballs in his front yard by the street, and he was caught on camera putting mothballs in his front yard by the street and in his neighbor's yard as well. They are in the grass and they are hidden if you're not looking for them, which is completely valid. You know, if you put yourself in the shoes of, you're walking your dog, you're not literally looking in between blades of grass to see what might be in this grass. I don't know, like most people are looking at their surroundings, they're looking at their dog to make sure you're not in anyone's way. Like, I don't know, there's a million things aside from looking between little blades of grass to see if there's mothballs in the grass. Her dog's name is Odie. Odie was walking, and we usually book it past his house, but a car was coming. I looked around to cross the street when Odie got one. I didn't know they were there. The man, as per usual, came outside and I asked him what he put outside. He said he didn't know. He knew because he was caught doing it. And then he laughed. I called the police, who said it's not a crime to put poison and that my dog trespassed on his property, which is a bigger deal since I took the ball off the neighbor's property. She then goes on to say, I rushed my dog to the ER, and obviously, like, once your animal is at ER, they're going to involve poison control and all of that. She said, so the ER made him throw up. However, mothballs create a gas. There are two types of mothballs. One shows up on x-ray and the other doesn't. He had x-rays, multiple blood panels, fluids, activated charcoal, and am now doing a lot of at-home care. I haven't been able to leave him alone since it happened on Christmas Eve. Mothballs can cause GI issues, kidney and liver issues, anemia. They can damage red blood cells, and it can also cause seizures. Her dog is epileptic. He is extremely tired, painful, and shaky, and she's feeding him by force. He won't come near us for meds now, and he has to be on his seizure meds. I'll be spending around $3,000 once this is all over. She does work in the veterinary field, so I did ask her about pet insurance and all of that. Luckily, she does get a discount because she works in the veterinary field. I don't know if she works at the urgent care that she had to take him to, but nevertheless, obviously, pet insurance I've talked about in the past. So I want to talk about mothballs for just a second because I realize that this is not something that every house in, around the world uses. But mothballs are solid pesticides that slowly release a vapor to kill and repel moths, their larvae, and other insects from stored clothing and fabric. Mothballs are sometimes used to repel snakes, mice, and other animals. Using mothballs in this way is not recommended, and it can be harmful to pets, children, and the environment. Moth repellent products come in a variety of forms, including balls, cubes, spheres, cakes, scales, powder, and flakes. Why are mothballs toxic to dogs? Mothballs contain a high concentration of insect repellent. Poisoning most commonly occurs when dogs ingest mothballs. Cats are more sensitive to their toxic effects, but dogs are more likely to ingest mothballs due to their curious nature. Long-term exposure to mothball fumes can harm pets and people. Old-fashioned mothballs are considered the most toxic type of mothball due to smaller amounts causing poisoning. Ingestion of naphthalene mothballs can cause gastrointestinal upset and less frequently anemia, neurologic signs, and kidney or liver damage. Modern mothballs can be less toxic, but they still cause illness, especially when ingested. Ingestion of PDB mothballs commonly results in gastrointestinal upset, neurological signs, and rarely kidney or liver damage. As little as one mothball could poison a dog. The toxic dose depends on the size of your pet, the size of the mothball, the type of mothball, and whether or not the mothball was ingested or if a pet was only exposed to its fumes. And then it obviously goes into, how to get help for your dog if it was ingested. Mothballs dissolve slowly when ingested by dogs, and poisoning can be delayed for several days. Signs of poisoning may include vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, mothball-scented breath, pale or brown gums, weakness, labored breathing, walking off balance, tremors, and seizures. It also goes into, how it's treated and so on and so forth. So, I obviously realize that I'm not a veterinarian and I don't work in the veterinary field, but this is such a specific situation that I think most people would think, well, that would never happen to my dog. That would never happen. Some deranged, delusional neighbor who hates dogs. First of all, who hates dogs? If you hate dogs, I think you're missing a part of your soul. And I'm not talking about just like, I don't want to own a dog. Not those people. I understand that dog ownership is not for everybody. If you hate dogs to the point where you were putting poison out in your yard to keep a dog from smelling around the vicinity of your home, you are a psychopath, you are delusional, and you need to seek help. You never know. You never know when situations like this could become a reality for you. Obviously, my follower on Instagram, like, she was not thinking that on Christmas Eve she was going to walk her dog, like she's probably done hundreds of other times, and it was going to end in an ER visit for her and her dog. And that really sucks. And I figured, why not use this video as a way to educate? What I want to say to close this video out is, if you are in a financial position to get your dog on some form of insurance, please consider doing that, because these types of emergency situations are the ones that end up costing, you heard her, over $3,000. And she's getting a discounted rate. So for somebody else, I don't know, that could be in between $4,000 and $5,000, I'm assuming. And these are the types of situations where if you have insurance, even if it's not going to pay everything, it might be able to help you out with the bill. Like, I always kind of look at pet insurance as like the emergency situations. Now, obviously, you can get different kinds of pet insurance where they cover wellness visits and they cover, end of life care, and they do everything. But then there's other pet insurance policies where it's for true emergencies, things that are not expected, and unfortunately, things that dog and cat owners go through every single day. So, if you are in a financial position to do so, I highly recommend getting some form of insurance for your dog, for your cat, because I do think that it can offer a little bit of a peace of mind. God forbid something happens. But anyway, I will have more content coming. I know that this is a one off and totally unrelated, but I did feel like it was important. And once I had her permission to share, I wanted to jump on and do this video first before I get back to other content. So I will let you guys go. Did you know about mothballs? Tell me all about it down below. Tell me how you feel about pet insurance. Do you have pet insurance? Are you planning to get it? Yeah, sound off. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.